What if a simple spray of perfume could control your mind? In today's story, we uncover the mystery of Lizzie, a beautiful perfume seller whose secret made her rich beyond belief. Until, well, we will find out later in the story. What would you do if you found out someone was using charms to steal from people? And have you ever come across a deal that seemed too good to be true? If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling stories. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back. Hit the like button, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's dive into the story. In the heart of a bustling town, where traders lined the streets selling everything from fabrics to food, one seller stood out, Lizzie, the perfume vendor. She was 26 years old, stunningly beautiful, with a grace that turned heads wherever she went. Her dark skin glowed under the golden sunlight, and her full lips curved into a smile that could make anyone stop in their tracks. Her sharp, intelligent eyes sparkled with confidence, and when she spoke, her voice was smooth, persuasive, and impossible to ignore. Lizzie was dressed to captivate. She wore a very beautiful African print dress, its bold patterns and vibrant colors wrapping around her figure in a way that made her presence unforgettable. The fabric swayed elegantly with every step, a perfect match for the poise with which she carried herself. Hanging on one side, she carried a big leather bag, filled with neatly arranged bottles of perfume, her most powerful tools of deception. But Lizzie wasn't just beautiful. She was dangerous. Unlike other street vendors who struggled to make sales, Lizzie's perfumes seemed to sell themselves. People were drawn to her, eager to test her fragrances even when they hadn't planned to buy anything. She offered luxurious designer perfumes, brands that should have cost a fortune, but her prices were shockingly low. It was a deal too good to resist. Yet, what her customers didn't realize was that Lizzie's perfumes weren't ordinary. One spray was all it took. The moment someone tested a perfume on their skin and inhaled its scent, their eyes would glaze over, their thoughts would blur, and within seconds, they would willingly hand over their valuables: cash, watches, jewelry, even their phones. They did it without hesitation, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. And once Lizzie had what she wanted, she would disappear into the crowd. By the time her victims regained their senses, she was long gone. Confused and disoriented, they would check their pockets, their wrists, their hands, only to realize that they had given away their belongings without knowing why. For months, Lizzie used this trick, and with each passing day, she grew richer. She was no longer just a street hawker. She had become a woman of wealth. She built a beautiful house in an expensive part of town, bought the latest cars, and lived a life of luxury. Yet every morning, she still walked the streets, dressed like a simple perfume seller, blending in with the ordinary people she so easily deceived. Her success was a mystery to everyone. How can she be making so much money from just a few bottles of perfume? The market women would whisper. Maybe she has a rich sponsor, some would say. But nobody knew the truth. Nobody suspected that Lizzie's wealth came from something far more sinister. And so she continued, confident that no one would ever find out. But she was wrong, because someone had started watching her. Someone was determined to uncover her secret. And soon, her carefully built world would begin to crumble. Lizzie's fortune grew at a terrifying speed. What had started as a simple street hustle soon turned into a fountain of endless wealth. Every day, she walked through the bustling town, her big leather bag filled with perfumes hanging elegantly on one side. Her very beautiful African print dress swayed gracefully with each step, making her presence impossible to ignore. But while she looked like just another vendor, she was anything but ordinary. With a single spray, she controlled minds. By the time her customers realized what had happened, she was gone, along with their money, jewelry, watches, and phones. At first, she used the money for survival, then for comfort. But soon, she realized she could have so much more. Lizzie began making bold moves. She bought herself a brand new luxury car, its sleek black exterior shining under the Lego sun. Then came the mansion, a grand white two-story house in one of the town's most expensive areas. Inside, marble floors stretched across the rooms, and expensive gold-trimmed furniture decorated every corner. Every evening, she would sit on her velvet couch, sipping chilled fruit juice as she admired the lavish world she had built. But while Lizzie was enjoying her new lifestyle, the town was watching. It didn't take long before people started whispering, "How is this girl making all this money? She only sells perfume. Even the richest traders don't live like this." Maybe she has a powerful sponsor, some speculated. Others weren't so sure. How come nobody ever sees her with a husband or businessman? Who is funding her? The whispers soon turned into full-blown gossip. People discussed Lizzie's fortune in the markets, in the streets, and even in their homes. Some believed she had found a secret business strategy, while others were convinced it was black magic. But no one had proof. And Lizzie, she wasn't worried. She simply smiled at the rumors, knowing that as long as nobody caught her in the act, she could continue living like a queen. Yet, while most people were simply curious, one man was determined to find out the truth. And soon, Lizzie's days of deception would be numbered. Not everyone believed Lizzie's success story. Sam, a sharp and observant young man, had been watching her for weeks. Something about her didn't add up. How does a simple perfume seller afford luxury cars and a mansion, he wondered. Determined to find out the truth, he decided to follow her. One evening, as Lizzie walked through the market, her big leather bag swinging by her side, Sam trailed behind, keeping his distance, studying her every move. But that day, Lizzie was careful. She sold her perfumes normally, flashing her usual charming smile. No tricks. No suspicious behavior. After hours of watching, Sam found nothing unusual. But he wasn't convinced. She knows someone is watching, he thought. And so, he made a decision. He would follow her again. Next time, he wouldn't miss a thing. Sam wasn't giving up. Days after his first failed attempt, he followed Lizzie again, this time, keeping an even closer watch. From a distance, he saw her approach a businessman, her big leather bag swinging at her side. She smiled, sprayed perfume on his wrist, and then it happened. The man's eyes glazed over. Without hesitation, he handed Lizzie his wallet, watch, and phone, as if it was the most natural thing in the world. Sam's heart pounded. This was it. The proof he needed. Quickly, he pulled out his phone and started recording. Lizzie moved to another victim, a young woman. One spray, and she too handed over everything she had. Sam couldn't stay silent any longer. "Thief! Stop her!" he shouted. The market erupted into chaos as heads turned, people realizing what was happening. And for the first time, Lizzie was caught. The market erupted in chaos. Sam's shout had drawn attention, and within seconds, people started murmuring. "That's Lizzie," someone yelled. "She tricked me too," another voice cried out. Realizing she'd been exposed, Lizzie's heart pounded. Her grip tightened around her big leather bag, and she spun on her heels, running. But the crowd was faster. Vendors blocked her path. Bystanders grabbed her arms. She struggled, kicked, screamed, but there was no escape. Then, the sound of police sirens filled the air. The officers pushed through the crowd, grabbing Lizzie's wrists and locking the handcuffs in place. She thrashed, "Please, let me explain." But it was over. Lizzie, once unstoppable, was now just another criminal being dragged away. And the town. They finally knew the truth. At the police station, Lizzie sat in handcuffs, her once confident face now pale with fear. The officers stared her down. "Speak. How did you do it?" one demanded. Lizzie swallowed hard. There was no way out now. Tears welled in her eyes as she broke down. "It wasn't my fault," she whispered. "I was desperate." She took a deep breath and confessed how a friend had led her to a powerful herbalist. "He gave me the charm, said one spray would make people obey me," she admitted. Her voice cracked. "I didn't want to, but life was hard." The officers exchanged glances. The truth was out, but excuses wouldn't save her now. Lizzie had made her choice, and now she would pay the price. The courtroom fell silent as the judge's gavel slammed against the desk. "Lizzie," the judge's voice echoed, "for your crimes, you are sentenced to 10 years in prison." Lizzie's heart sank. Her once beautiful life flashed before her eyes, her luxury cars, her mansion, the power she once held. All of it gone. Her wealth was seized, her properties confiscated. Everything she had built through deception had crumbled. As the guards led her away in handcuffs, whispers filled the courtroom. "This is what happens to greedy people," someone muttered. "She had it all, and now look at her," another said. Lizzie's name became a warning, a lesson told across town. Because in the end, quick, dishonest wealth never lasts. The moral of the story: Lizzie had it all: money, luxury, power. But in the end, she lost everything. Because quick wealth gained through deception never lasts. Now, ask yourself, would you have fallen for Lizzie's tricks? Have you ever been tempted to take a dishonest shortcut to success? And most importantly, is there someone in your life who seems too good to be true? Remember, not every smile is innocent, not every deal is fair, and not every opportunity is what it seems. So the next time something feels too easy, too cheap, or too perfect, think twice. Because like Lizzie, what is gained in deceit will always be lost in regret. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.